Sometimes it's not strength that leads us to victory. It's the courage to think differently. This is the story of a boy who turned his laziness into wisdom. In a quiet village surrounded by golden fields, there lived a young man named Liam. He was kind-hearted but known for being too relaxed. While others worked hard from sunrise to sunset, Liam always looked for easier ways to get things done. His father, a humble farmer, often worried about him but never scolded too much, because somehow Liam always managed to finish his work, even if in his own lazy way. One day, his father asked him to watch over the crops and scare the birds away, but Liam didn't want to move around all day under the hot sun. So he came up with an idea. He built tall wooden poles in different corners of the field and tied ropes between them. By pulling those ropes from one spot, he could scare the birds without standing up. It worked perfectly, and Liam proudly lay back, watching the fields dance in the wind. His father smiled but sighed deep inside. "He's clever," he thought, "but what will happen if I'm not here to help him?" That summer, the weather turned dry and harsh. The crops needed more care than ever. But before long, Liam's father fell gravely ill. For the first time, Liam had to handle everything alone: watering, harvesting, feeding the animals. He tried, but his body wasn't used to such hard work. Day by day, the crops started to fade, the plants losing their life. That night, Liam sat under the stars, his hands dusty, his heart heavy. "Why didn't I ever try harder?" he whispered. "Now everything my father worked for is dying because of me." The next morning, the sun rose quietly over the empty fields. Liam's father was still weak, and the farm looked lifeless. As Liam walked through the village with a heavy heart, he heard voices near the marketplace. Curious, he moved closer and saw a soldier standing on a wooden platform announcing loudly, "By the king's order, a grand competition will be held at the royal palace. The winner will receive a chest full of gold and honor from the king himself." The crowd murmured with excitement. Farmers, merchants, and travelers all talked about trying their luck. Liam's eyes lit up. "If I win," he thought, "I can save my family and the farm." Without thinking much, he stepped forward and said, "I'll join." The villagers turned to stare at him. Some laughed. "You? The lazy one?" One man chuckled. "You can't even walk across the field without resting." Others shook their heads, certain he wouldn't last a single round. But Liam didn't let their words stop him. For the first time, he felt something stronger than laziness: purpose. His father, lying weak at home, heard about Liam's decision. He didn't believe Liam would win, but deep inside, he hoped this challenge might finally awaken the strength buried in his son's heart. Liam packed a small bag and left at sunrise. The palace was far, the journey of 3 long days. He walked through forests, crossed rivers, and slept under the stars. Each step was difficult, but every time he thought about his father, he pushed himself to keep going. By the time he reached the palace gates, his legs ached, his clothes were dusty, but his eyes shone with determination. He looked up at the towering walls and whispered to himself, "This time, I won't quit." The next morning, the palace courtyard buzzed with excitement. Dozens of contestants stood ready, tall, strong, and confident. Liam felt nervous as he looked around. He wasn't as muscular as the others, but he reminded himself, "I may not be strong, but I can think differently." A royal guard stepped forward and announced the first challenge. All participants must cross the Great Lake. The first 3 to reach the other side will advance to the final round. A drumbeat echoed. 3, 2, 1, go! Everyone jumped into the lake and began swimming with fierce energy. Water splashed everywhere as the crowd cheered. But Liam didn't move. He stood still at the shore, watching the chaos. Then an idea sparked in his mind. He rushed into the nearby forest, grabbed a few fallen branches, and tied them together with vines, creating a small raft. Using another stick as a paddle, he whispered, "This isn't a swimming race. It's about crossing the lake." As the others grew tired halfway through, Liam slowly paddled his way across. It wasn't fast, but it was steady. One by one, exhausted swimmers began to fall behind. Liam smiled slightly. His plan was working. When he finally reached the other side, only 2 contestants had beaten him. He was third, just enough to qualify for the next round. The crowd gasped as they saw the lazy villager, the one they once laughed at, stepping onto the shore with quiet pride. The royal guard nodded in approval. "Well done, young man. You've earned your place in the finals." Liam bowed slightly, his heart racing. For the first time, he felt true confidence. "Maybe I'm not lazy," he thought. "I just needed the right reason to try." The next day, the palace grounds filled once again with cheering crowds. This time, it was the final challenge, the one that would decide who took home the king's treasure. 3 contestants remained, including Liam. A royal announcer stepped forward and declared, "Each of you will receive a large wooden block. You must push it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind you are tools, but you may only choose one to help you." The first contestant grabbed a long rope and started pulling his block with brute strength. The second picked a thick wooden pole, using it as a lever to roll his block forward. They both sweated and strained as the crowd shouted encouragement, but Liam didn't rush. He walked around his block, observing every edge carefully. The other contestants laughed. "Still being lazy, huh?" one of them teased. Liam ignored them, deep in thought. Then he smiled, picked up a small knife, and began carving. At first, the crowd was confused. Carving instead of pushing. But slowly, Liam shaped the heavy square into something rounder, smoother, until it became a massive wooden ball. Now, with one strong push, the block began to roll. The crowd erupted in surprise. Liam's ball moved faster and faster down the path. He ran alongside it, guiding it straight toward the finish line. The others, still dragging their heavy blocks, watched helplessly as Liam crossed the line first. The king himself stood and applauded. "You've proven that true wisdom lies not in strength, but in the courage to think differently." Tears filled Liam's eyes as he accepted the golden chest. He didn't just win the prize, he won back his self-worth. If this story touched your heart, please like and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring stories.